The house was already quiet when I woke up. That's how I knew. Christmas morning shouldn't sound like this. No footsteps, no laughter, no coffee brewing for someone else, just the hum of the heater and the sound of my own breathing. I sat on the edge of my bed and whispered the words out loud, just to hear them. I'm alone. On Christmas Day, my chest felt heavy as the words hung in the air. My name is Mabel Johnson, and I'm 9 years old. I've lived long enough to remember when Christmas meant something different. Back when the house smelled like cinnamon and pine. Back when there were too many coats on the bed. Back when there weren't enough chairs at the table. Back when silence only came after everyone was asleep. I was born in 1945, right after the war. Christmas back then was simple. No fancy gifts. No big screens. Just people. Warm hands. Shared meals. And I carried that tradition with me my whole life. When I got married, I made Christmas sacred. When I had my son, I made it magical. When my husband passed, I held it together for him, because Christmas wasn't just a day. It was proof that we still had each other. And that mattered more than anything. I used to start preparing for Christmas right after Thanksgiving. Decorations came down from the attic. The old ones. The chipped ones. The ones with stories attached. Every ornament had a memory. The handmade one my son made in 2nd grade. The glass bell my husband bought me our first Christmas married. The crooked star we argued about every year, and somehow always laughed about. I'd play the same old records, Bing Crosby, Nat King Cole. Songs that know your heart before you do. Christmas Eve was my favorite. That's when the house felt alive. My son would sneak into the kitchen, pretending not to peek at the gifts. My husband would fall asleep on the couch before the movie ended. I'd sit there watching them, thinking, this is it. This is what matters. I didn't know those moments were counting down. The first Christmas after my husband died was hard, but my son came home. He hugged me longer than usual. We cooked together and laughed. I told myself we'd be okay. Then he got married. He moved farther away. He had kids of his own. And Christmas slowly began to shift. At first, he said, we'll alternate holidays. Then he said, travel's tough with the kids. Then he said, we'll FaceTime then. Nothing. Silence has a way of sneaking in quietly. This year, I still decorate it. Old habits die hard. I put up the tree, smaller now. I hung the lights outside, even though no one would see them. I baked cookies I didn't really want. The calendar said Christmas, but the house didn't believe it. Christmas Eve night, I set one plate on the table. Just one. That hurt more than I expected. I wrapped a gift for myself. A sweater I bought on sale. I told myself it didn't matter. Lying is easy when no one's around to hear it. Christmas morning came without ceremony. No calls. No messages. No Merry Christmas, Mom. I turned on the TV just for noise. Every channel showed families laughing. Perfect moments everywhere. I shut it off. I made coffee and sat by the window. Snow started falling outside, quietly covering everything. That's when it hit me. Not all at once, but slowly. Christmas isn't lonely because you're lonely. It's lonely because it reminds you of everyone who isn't there anymore. I thought about all the Christmases I hosted, all the love I gave, all the effort I put in. I wondered if any of it stayed with them, if it mattered. Around noon, a neighbor knocked on my door. She dropped off cookies and smiled kindly. "Didn't want you to be alone today," she said. I thanked her. After she left, I cried. Kindness from strangers is beautiful, but it doesn't replace family. I spent the afternoon remembering, not in a sad way, in an honest way. I realized something important. Being alone doesn't mean I fail. It means life changed faster than love could keep up. As the sun went down, I turned on the porch light, same as every night. Not because I expected company, but because it reminded me that once this house was full. If you're watching this and you're celebrating today, enjoy it. Really enjoy it. Because one day, Christmas might come quietly, and you'll wish you'd made one more call. I'm Mabel. I'm alone on Christmas Day, but my heart still remembers how full it once was, and that has to be enough. It has to be.